Original Child's Play from 1988. If you haven't seen the movie, stop this video right now and go watch it. Now, Brad Dourif isn't that bad in this movie. He's not that bad. The movie's 30 years old. Almost 31 years old come November 9th this year. Actual fucking date. Now, the first scene of the movie involves a shootout between Brad Dourif playing Charles Lee Ray, or Chucky, and Chris Sarandon, who you might remember from The Nightmare Before Christmas, as the speaking voice of Jack Skellington, or Skellington Jack. Really, go look it up. Also a great movie as well. Chris Sarandon plays Detective Mike Norris, and he chases Charles Lee Ray into a toy store. He shoots Charles Lee Ray. I'm just going to say Chucky, it's easier. He shoots Chucky before he's into the doll body, as we all know and love him today. In the chest, I think? They don't exactly show it, but at one point Chucky says, "Oh God, I'm dying." No, seriously, I'm going to list off some of the things that he says here. I am still doing the themes, by the way, but I'm just doing this for right now, just something to do. I am going to get to those after I do all these spoiler talks. I just want to go through these. I do not want these to take up more than one fucking video. I'm sick and tired of that. So, he goes into this toy store. Mike shoots Chucky in the chest, I guess. And Chucky says, "I gotta find somebody. I don't know. I gotta find somebody." Then he's all like, "You are this, you son of a bitch. I'm gonna get you for it. I'm gonna get you, and I'm gonna get Eddie, no matter what." That kind of thing. Eddie Caputo, who dies later in the movie, thanks to him, haha. Pretty sneaky way of killing him, but we'll get to that later. Now, Chucky topples over and makes a bunch of these good guy dolls. The boxes fall down. One lands right next to him, and we get a nice creepy shot of it. It just falls over sideways, kind of like something like this. Wow, that just hurt my neck. I guess I did that too hard. And he takes it out of the box, and he starts reciting this Latin voodoo chant, basically. And his soul is transferred into the doll. 6 fucking minutes in. I'm not even joking. 6 fucking minutes in. And we get that huge spoiler. Mike comes up and finds his body. Skip to the next morning. We see young 6-year-old Andy Barclay. It's his birthday, played by Alex Vincent. His last name is my first name, ha. He's not a bad actor as a kid, and not a bad actor at all today. He's not trying hard enough in the first movie. He speaks so fucking slow. Seriously. Now, he makes breakfast for his mom. He goes in, wakes her up, and his mom is played by Catherine Hicks, who you might remember from Star Trek. Really fucking Star Trek. That series that I fucking hate more than anything. Go ahead and, unsubscribe from me for saying that. I don't like Star Trek. It's a fucking ripoff of Star Wars, which is awesome, except the Phantom Menace, but still awesome. Anyway, she has the gall to give him just nothing but clothes for his birthday, and gives him a good guy's tool set. Oh, and by the way, that hammer that Chucky uses later on in the movie, that's a real fucking hammer. They don't use it for the shot of hitting Maggie in the head, but you can tell it's a real hammer. And after that, we immediately go to Karen Barkley is the character's name, played by Catherine Hicks. Her workplace, her boss is an asshole. I'm glad that he's only in one scene. I'm surprised he didn't get killed off. Not really any reason to. I guess he was just written out. And Karen's friend, Maggie, don't know the name of the woman who played her. She has apparently found a guy selling a doll, a homeless person, who appears again, but very briefly and doesn't die. Thanks a lot, writers. Yeah, I expect a very high kill count in a horror slasher film. Chucky kills 4 people in this movie. Come on, guys. It was 1988. That doll that Karen buys for like $30-50 or something is Chucky. Oh, my neck. My neck's been hurting all day. I don't have a bed anymore. Hold on. Ow. There we go. Good monster. I got a cat, by the way. She's not up here right now, but maybe in the next spoiler talk I'll show her. Her name's Tanny. She's just a little kitten. She's a Persian cat. Newborn. Kinda. I just wanted to say that. Anyway, back to the movie. Then I saw this movie. Let's see, how long was it? This many weeks ago. Almost this many, too. But, you know. I had 4 videos recorded, by the way, and planned to be uploaded. Didn't fucking get to one of them. And I still have 3 more Chucky themed videos to do. The Chucky remake, I plan on doing a spoiler talk. Kind of want to go see the movie again, but I probably shouldn't. But that is a very, very much better movie than the first 7. Anyway, back to this. She goes home and gives Andy the doll. He takes it out and he's like, oh, yay, yay, all this and that. You know, he's real happy. And, piece of shit remote. That's a remote for something. The doll says that his name is Chucky and stuff like that, and we know right away, haha, that's the one. Yay, I think. And then afterwards, Maggie is babysitting Andy while Karen is working the late shift. And then Andy is playing with Chucky, and I guess Chucky whispers into his ear that he wants to watch the news. And then Andy's sent off to bed, and somehow Chucky is back in the living room after being put into Andy's room. And Chucky's watching the news, so right away we should know that it's the doll, because Andy doesn't even, you know, Andy's not even shown putting the doll anywhere other than just, you know, with him in his room. Seriously, that's literally it. I call bullshit right there. Even though that Chucky hears the news report while wearing the fucking hat and just goes like this. Bullshit right there. We know that it's him. You don't need to hide it from us assholes. Even though you show him in full effect halfway through the movie. I know that they're building this up, but we already know what's coming, people. Anyway, Andy's sent off to bed. Maggie accuses Andy of putting Chucky in front of the TV. Andy denies anything. Why doesn't this little brat get a break? Seriously, 3 films, this many before he reappears pointlessly in Cult. His return was fucking pointless. In fact, everything after 3 was pointless. After 1 was pointless. Anyway, we're wasting 10 minutes here. No, seriously, look. 10 minutes. Right there. Back to the movie. And then afterwards, Chucky gets out of the bed and kills Maggie with a hammer. That little good guy hammer. It makes a shing sound when Chucky picks it up. And we get a fucking POV shot. Why do we need that? I have no idea. We really don't need a POV shot because we know that it's him. Assholes. Thanks for that. Thank you so much for that, Tom Holland. Dick. You know, the director of Fright Night. That horrible movie. I saw the poster of it, and I said, fuck this noise. Anyway, next. Karen comes home, notices that Detective Mike from the opening scene, so he does play a part in this movie. Yay. I think. Later on, the movie goes by. And it's like, yay, he has a part to play in this. What else? He tells Karen what happened, and then afterwards, Karen and Andy start talking, and Andy just said something like, Aunt Maggie was a... Chucky said that Aunt Maggie was a real bitch and got what she deserved. I laughed my ass off at that line. And then, at one point, we get a shot of Chucky just in the bed, like... But then, he shuts his eyes and goes to sleep. Which should tell you right there that it's him, you idiots. Anyway. Then the next day, Chucky basically orders Andy to skip school, even though we don't hear him talk until halfway through. See why these first few movies piss me off? Because Don Mancini was an idiot for bringing him back for Bride. No, seriously, everything after 3? What the hell? No, seriously, what the hell? Why did you do something after the 3rd one? That was pointless. But the remake is awesome. And it rectifies everything the first 7 tried to do. Just fuck the first 7, you know? Because they all have no purpose. Okay, that's a little strong, except for the first 3. Fuck everything after the first 3. In fact, fuck the 3rd one itself. Chucky and Andy arrive at Eddie Caputo's house, the guy who left Charles Lee Ray, Chucky, behind at his last job. Yeah. Andy goes off to use the bathroom, on a garbage pile, I guess. He sets Chucky down on a chair, and Chucky's shown to be off the chair. We even get to hear Chucky slightly breathing in the background, which should tell you idiots that it's him. We should know right from the get-go. Again, exactly 6 minutes in, I went back and timed it twice. In a row. The same day. Back to back. We're wasting time. What else happened? Andy is placed into psychiatric, a basic mental facility of sorts, I guess. Because everyone thinks that he's crazy and that he's a psychotic killer. Because he keeps saying that Chucky did everything. Even though the evidence was, like, of the murder of Maggie was on Chucky's sneakers. Tom Holland and Don Mancini and... Yeah, Tom Holland and Don Mancini are fucking idiots. They don't know how to write anything good for the series. Bite me. If you think that these movies are good. Bite me. Anyway. And then afterwards, Karen, distraught, takes Chucky back to the apartment, and since it's the only thing that she's really got left of him now, she tries to make him talk, I guess. And when she checks the box that he came in, She notices the batteries were never put into him. Oh my. What a shock. Exclamation points. Seriously, exclamation point the hell out of that sentence. And quotation it 3 times. Beginning and end. Karen threatens to throw Chucky into the fireplace. Says, like, talk to me, damn it, or else I'm gonna throw you in the fire. And Chucky comes alive, finally. Halfway through. And we finally get to hear him talk like, you stupid bitch, you filthy slut, you think you can fuck with me? Then we get the nice image of a lovely, wide-open mouth shape. The fuck was that, Tom Holland? Constantly that was reused, but the first one cements the what the fuck kind of design is that into our brains. What else happened? Oh yes, Chucky then decides to go and try to kill Mike while he's in his car. And he's like, good night, asshole, and stuff like this. After we see him, we don't see him again for almost 10 whole fucking minutes. Then after that, after he fails to do that, he fucks around with Mike a little bit after making Mike flip the car, his own car over. He's like, hi, Mikey. He tries shooting at him, and he's like, ha, won't do you any good, Mikey. You can't hurt me. And he actually does manage to shoot him in the chest, right above the heart, which was kind of stupid, but that does play a huge part later on, towards the beginning of the third act. Chucky goes to his mentor, I guess, John, and they have a little talk, and Chucky wonders why he can bleed and suddenly feel pain again, even though he's not in a human body anymore, he's in a doll's body. John tells him that he's becoming human, and that he betrayed what John was trying to teach him, using voodoo for the wrong reason, and tries to put an end to him by dialing a number on the phone, but not even getting to that before Chucky kills him with a voodoo doll, even though John tells him on how to get into a human's body again, which happens to be Andy, the first person that he told his secret to. You see the problem with this? No, seriously. Comment these exact words. I see the fucking problem. You will get a shout out for that. Big one. I will comment back in all caps, thank you, exclamation point, to anyone who sees the problem with that. With this one solitary fuck you to everything the first movie was trying to do. The trailers give it away. Thank God the remake's better than Don Mancini's shit. All 7. Why didn't the remake come sooner? By the way, I have a lot of good stuff to talk about the remake. Nothing bad about it. Not one. The remake did everything right. These first 7? No! Just, no. I'm sorry, I have to keep changing positions. My back has been killing me lately because I got rid of my mattress. Why did I do that? Because it was riddled with bugs and stuff. We don't know how they got in, they just did. Tried killing them off twice. It was basically my back is stiff. And so I've been walking around and working all day. That's why I can't do videos that much. Work. I legitimately work now. I mean, I told you guys that, didn't I? Fuck that guy's problem. I don't know. Okay, we're losing time. Big third act comes. John reveals to Karen and Mike, once they get to him, right before he dies, he tells them that Chucky has to be killed right in the heart. And Chucky now looks a little bit more like Charles Lee Ray, with bushier eyebrows and a receding hairline. Kind of resembling him a little bit. No. Oh, and his hair turns from orange to brown. Kind of like mine, but different. And not as short. Even though I like my hair short. By the way, what do you think of the shirt? I love it. You'll see the shirt again when I do a certain song later on. But that's for Halloween. A couple of months away. Back to the movie. What else? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, back at the mental ward, before Andy escapes, Chucky kills off the doctor, Dr. Ardmore, who has no real purpose in the movie other than to die. Chucky kills him by putting a electric shock thing on his head and shocks him to death. Who the fuck has that? Yeah, his entire head burns to a crisp from that thing. Why would they have that at a kid's mental place? They use that to kill them or something? Or to, fix their brains or some shit? It makes no sense, but at least Chucky gets to kill someone in that. That scene. That is some good monster. My second one today. No, I'm not going to go crazy and drink 30. I would die before I make it past the 14th. Let's see, we're losing time here. How does the movie end? I'll sum it up. Andy gets back to the house and tries to hide. Chucky comes in and finds him anyway. He's like, surprise, and then he takes a bat that Andy tries to knock him out with, and he says, batter up, and then he tries to voodoo chant, Ade Dewey Dembala, give me the power, I beg of you, and all that shit. He does that twice in the movie. Beginning of the movie and third act. Karen and Mike Norris get into the apartment and stop Chucky, even though there's a lot of running around all over the apartment. Chucky gets burned to a crisp. That takes a couple of minutes. Chucky is somehow still alive. And they shoot his head off. His leg. I think an arm. Somehow he's still alive, even though his body, his torso, was shot multiple times. Somehow his torso made it through the air vents, burst out, and started strangling Mike's partner, who we don't even know his name. Chucky's finally shot in the heart and dies. His head is somehow still talking. Karen, Mike, Andy, and the new guy all leave to take Mike to the hospital after he was cut in the leg, I guess. And a freeze frame on Andy looking through the doorway at Chucky's body. And that was the original Child's Play. What a horrible first entry. The scares are absolutely horrible and non-existent. We already know who the killer is. We know what's going to happen. There are no jump scares, and there's little to no blood. This movie, it kind of hurts. But that theme, that fucking theme that plays at the end credits, that is the only thing that this movie ever did right.